And hi, welcome back to this video about Docker. Um, so the last video we actually just ran Firefox off Docker, and well, let's take a look at our images and containers. Okay, Docker PSA. All right, so we can just commit this container into an image. Oh man, too used to GitHub. Ubuntu latest. Okay, and yes, today we want to go to something a little bit more advanced. Okay, so last time we were actually dealing with Firefox, and that's like the most basic vanilla graphical user interface we can find. Okay, so but you may not be very convinced that we were actually running Firefox from Docker. Okay, for a number of reasons. One reason is that when you open Firefox, it straight away goes to the Manjaro homepage, and that might not be what you expect of a Docker run. Okay, so today we want to start moving into Docker. What do you call it? Yeah, we want to start moving into something a little bit more complicated. So we'll jump straight into Salome and how to try and run Salome from there. Okay, so I already have Salome, the Salome tar gz downloaded. Linux Ubuntu 2004 64 bits. It's already downloaded into this computer. Okay, let me shift this to the first workspace. Okay, Salome is right over here. The zip file is here, and we want to move it into our container system. Yeah, we want to move it into our container. All right. So how do we then move it into our container? Okay. So we use this command called docker cp, docker copy. Okay, docker copy. Let's pause the video. Okay, docker copy to actually move files in and out of between the host system, which is this Manjaro system I'm running, okay, the Manjaro desktop I'm running here, and Docker. Okay, and we are going to use docker cp. So yeah, this is the simplest way to move it in and out. Okay, the syntax is pretty simple: docker cp options container source path and then the destination path. So let's copy Salome into our Docker container, and then we'll commit. Okay, we'll commit the changes into the image, and then we'll run the image. So let's see. Let's look for some examples here. Okay. All right. This isn't that's the thing about Docker. What do you call it? Docker documentation. It is so complicated. Okay, there's so much things, and it looks a little bit hard to take a look. Okay, but this is where the paragraph is important. Okay, how do you put the syntax in? Okay, docker cp command assumes container paths are relative to the container's root directory, meaning to say it will supply the initial / is optional. Okay, you should put in the container name. Here it is the compassionate Darwin. Kind of funny, but anyway, compassion Darwin. Okay, the path is temp full myfile.txt. Okay, in this paragraph it says that this / is kind of optional, but for the lag, just to ensure that we don't have any kind of mishaps or mix-ups, I don't want to use anything excuse me, we don't want to use anything that's we don't want to, what am I going to say, yeah, we just want to leave it as unambiguous as possible, so I will use the /. Anyway, let me just run neofetch just to see how much RAM I'm using. Okay, I'm using about 2 gigs of RAM out of 6. Still pretty comfortable. Okay, so docker cp, okay, that's what we're going to use. Okay, so we want to copy our file into a particular container. Then to open the container, we first commit it to an image, and then we start. So let's just sudo docker run it, and now remember we have net equals to host. We shall use what we learned the last video. Net equals host, and the environment will be display. Okay, environment equals to display. Net equals host, environment equals to display. Ubuntu what am I doing? Ubuntu latest. Okay, and let's make a new folder. Okay, we'll run neofetch again. Let me see how much RAM I'm using here. 1864, still fine. Okay, let's go to home. Okay, you'll see there's nothing there. Now notice if we use the cd command, we will switch straight to the home directory. However, if you use the cd command where you're at root, then you will go to the root directory here. So this root directory is basically your home directory for the root user. Okay, so that's the only thing when you're by default working in root, but it's okay, that's fine. Okay, I want to maybe I want to remove the incompressible file, and I want to go home. Okay, and I want to make the directory salome. So I'm going to go into salome, and yeah, remember I want to put my salome file into home salome. Yes, one more thing. Notice that this thing isn't the random string of numbers anymore. It doesn't matter. When you run neofetch, you notice you're still in Ubuntu. Okay, you're still in Ubuntu, and that is okay. You need to let's say apt upgrade. The package was interrupted. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, right, okay. Okay, I think my computer, yeah, I had to restart my computer kind of quickly. Okay, yeah, I'll just let it correct the problem, because I think the last time I was playing around with the Docker image, I had to shut down my computer. This is a little bit old and clunky. All right, this is a bit old and clunky. It's not exactly old and clunky, but I'm using a hard disk drive, HDD. So Linux is able to run on HDD, no problem, but for some reason, my computer froze for a while, and therefore I had some problems. So anyway, this is not exactly that relevant, but remember, okay, we wanted to copy the salome into the home salome folder. Okay, so we're going to use docker cp. I'm going to control shift T for that. So sudo docker cp. Okay, where do we want to cp? I want to cp the desktop. Okay, so it says what? Docker cp options, source path, container destination path. Okay, desktop. What's the source path? Desktop. Never mind. Let's go to the desktop. Okay, yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna copy. pwd, please. Okay, so I have home Tenio desktop. Let's do it again. Sudo docker cp. You can of course add A if you want to copy the whole folder. So I'll just leave it there like so. So we're going to use the salome file name. Okay. Home Teddy. That's your username or my username. Then I'm going to look for. Okay, let me copy this whole thing first. I'm going to look for the container name. Okay, so sudo docker ps-a. Okay, so I want to copy it into this container. Okay, this container name is Vibrant Miner. Okay, so let's look at this Vibrant Miner colon home salome dot. Okay, so remember docker cp, you can use A over here if you want to copy whole folder, so I'll just use A by default. This is your path to your whatever directory, whatever file you want or folder you want. Then you have to specify this container name, then you copy it into the container over there. Okay, and this should about do fine. Okay, so okay, let's see. This is get keyboard configuration. So yeah, 31. Keyboard layout 1. Okay, so I think it was installing something just now. I wanted to install Sonar. Sonar is the file explorer. So if actually I open a new tab, okay, I type Sonar, yeah, you will get this. But you can also do it inside Docker, and it will run Sonar inside Docker so that you can explore. This is just a convenience thing. I used the command apt install Sonar, apt install Sonar. Okay, but this is run inside Docker. Okay, I was running that halfway and the whole computer just hanged. But you know, now we just follow this dpackage configure A just to help the setup keep going. And let's see, we should be able to get it done right. Okay, so let me fast forward this bit. Then let's check whether the what do you call that? Let's say whether Salome has been copied correctly into Docker. Okay, or at least this image of Docker. I'll fast forward. Okay, so let's do app upgrade. Yeah, just now we were just dealing with some app stuff. Oh, look, now our Salome is over here. That's great. Okay, so we can copy into an existing Docker file, Docker container or Docker instance. Okay, the instance, I guess the name is called container. We can commit the changes later on. Basically, we are able to do this. All right. So what do we do with Salome? We can actually just start to extract everything out. Okay. So anyway, before that I was doing app install Sonar. Okay. Probably don't want to do that, but let's see, apt update, apt upgrade. Okay. All right. There are lots of what do you call that? Lots of packs actually installed here. Let's do app auto remove. There's all this stuff we don't need. Yeah, I was halfway installing Sonar and now. Okay, let me fast forward this bit. It's kind of boring. Okay, so everything is cleared up. Let's see whether I'm using a lot of RAM. I'm not. Okay, very good. So what do we do now? I have this here. Yeah. Next thing I want to do is just unpack everything, right? So very simple. Use the tar xfz. So tar xfz v. And I use the verbals. I like the verbals. I'm gonna do the salome and blah blah blah. I'll just do it here. Okay, let me try again. I'll just use x f z salome. Okay. Okay, let me remove this thing. I want to see the verbals. xvf. Okay, that's better. So now you can see all the salome stuff is being copied over. So we'll have to wait for it. Okay. And I'll probably fast forward this bit. Okay, so looks like it works. Okay, salome has been successfully extracted. And we have our salome here. And just like what this website says here, all you have to do is to run the salome command. So here we go there. Okay, run salome. We should be able to run. Unfortunately, there are a few things we need to set up first. Okay, there are a number of libraries that are missing in order for salome to run. So I'm not going to touch on that this video. It's going to be a little bit tedious. So I'll dedicate one whole video to installing the proper libraries in this Docker container to let salome run. In the meantime, I'm going to exit first. I'm going to exit and let's sudo docker psa. I'm going to commit this latest container ID. Okay. I'm going to commit this into Ubuntu latest. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'm not going to do much now anymore. But yeah, what have we covered? Let's just recap. Okay, we covered how to use Docker CP, and we extracted, we copied a file from the host into the Docker machine, and we also started extracting salome. And of course, we found that salome had some errors in there for whatever reason. And what we are going to do in the next video is to start dealing with all these missing libraries so that we can start using salome. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again. Bye bye.